Thank you very much. Appreciate it. The accolade is because of the guests. The guests are happy, we are happy. The guest gives us money, and our money goes to our staff, it goes to renovations to build up a better clientele, a better response to what the clients need. And so I'm grateful to all the people who supported us, including you. Actually, to tell you the truth, I took over more than 3 decades, but it wasn't a takeover, it was a smooth transition. You see, when I started working, my father said that you and I will argue, but remember, whatever I say goes. I said, okay. Then he called me one day and he said, listen, you and I will argue. I said, yes, Daddy, but that's what I've always said. And he said, no, now whatever you say will go. And that was a huge responsibility suddenly on the top of my head, that this is something different. This is now I am responsible. And that makes a lot of difference. We had to change. Don't forget, for example, the hotels were geared for tourists. So the tourists, the tables inside, the dressing tables, had little edges on it and little trifle things so that people could see that this is meant for a tourist hotel. Tourists didn't carry laptops. So when it became a business hotel, we suddenly found that we had to gear for laptops, we had to gear for telephones, we have different plugs, take out the little edges on the table because you needed the well, see, laptops started later, the computers. The computers to shift. So you had to change, and the person who changed first was the person who goes ahead. So you have to be flexible, you have to change with time. And my father was a great fellow for change. He told me, whoever gives you a suggestion, implement it. Never mind if it is right or wrong, implement it. Don't become a judge every time to say no. Because good ideas, good thoughts will get you right away, moving right away up. Many years ago, 1955, a friend of the family came for evening together and said, I'm going sailing tomorrow. I said, what is so great in sailing? I mean, there are bunder boats, you sit in there and they go. He said, these are not bunder boats, these are racing boats. I said, so what, you will sit in the boat, all the boats go at the same speed with the wind. He said, no, come. So I went there, I saw sailing and the bug bit and I took it on. Well, anyway, but so I started sailing and I was the youngest Pakistani sailor and they were all Goras and I had to fight my way up against protests and things like that I infringed the rules. So anyway, so going on as things went, I wanted to get competitive, so I started racing. I raced in India, in Bombay, won a trophy in Copenhagen. And so I kept on sailing, and then I found out that there was a race being held in Sri Lanka for Southern Asian Racing Championship. So I went to the government and government said, no, if India is there, it can't be 1-to-1 if there's more countries. I said, there are more countries. They said, no, but we won't allow it, only yacht club. So as a yacht club we went and we raced there as a yacht club. And I came second in every race compared to a fellow. I was leading first, but then this Indian delegation was there. They kept coming to me, oh, how can you beat Mongia? Mongia was the commander of Navy. He put such a psychic thing in me. When I was going past Mongia, I would collapse and he'd go through. So I was really mad about this. So a year later, I went to the government and said, I want to have a South Asia yachting regatta. And I got 8 countries to participate. I paid for the tickets, paid for it through a brochure. And when it came for the racing, again Mongia beat me. Mongia was there representing India. He again beat me to it. So I told him, listen, this is enough of you. I'm going to take a bet with you. Next time there's a race, it's a hair flying bet. If I win, you shave your beard. If you win, I'll shave my head. So we had a hair flying bet, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. And then I found out that the Asian Regatta was there, which is going to be held in Thailand. So I went there and I beat Mongia in every race. And I came first and won the gold medal in 1978. And then the second gold medal in 82 with my wife as the groom. And so after that, they gave me the Pride of Performance medal, and I had got earlier than that the President's Gold Medal. And then after 30 years, my wife was decorated with Pride of Performance, because it was a woman, and you know, they never thought a woman should be decorated. But anyway, so that's what happened. That's how the Pride of Performance came about. No, I went for hoteliering, for a short course in hoteliering. And I came back here, and the best course of hoteliering was my father teaching me to go into each department. Just sit there, don't do anything, see what's happening. That's how you learn. And that's what happened. You see, it's a passion. First and foremost, hoteliering is a passion. Second, food is a passion. So we don't only eat in our restaurants, but we like to eat outside. And so that's why we learn more. Because you learn every day of your life. The day you say you know everything, you get thrown off the horse. So the thing is that you must accept different types of food and amend them. Make them fusion cooking. But there's one cooking I don't like, and that was nouvelle cuisine. Give you little bits of the thing for 30 courses. After 30 courses, you're still hungry. You go into a restaurant, have McDonald's to fill your stomach before going to bed. The kitchen team should not know the price at which the dish is being served or the menu. They should produce the best quality irrespective of the price. The price is controlled by the controller, by the event manager, marketing manager, the events and meetings department. The kitchen shouldn't know the price. Kitchen has to produce the same quality of food for the staff as they have for the guests. That's how it is. I love all food, as long as I can enjoy a lot of it. I enjoy a lot of food. Well, one thing was that Prince Philip had come here with Ayub Khan to a sit-down dinner. And he enjoyed the biryani which my father had told him to cook in asli ghee, in desi ghee. And he liked it very much, and I remember my father told Ayub Khan, ask him, will you have some more? He said, yes. So the kitchen went to a tiz, plates had to be washed, forks and knives had to be washed, it had to be served back again. But those are even one of those items. But don't forget that my father first started buffets in Pakistan. Nobody knew about buffets in Pakistan. Nobody knew about Chinese food. He started Chinese food. So venture out to something new and you hit it. Like this hotel Express Hotels which we started. This was something which was not known. We went for a 4-star. Our competitors went for a 1-star. So it kicked off. So go adventure out, whether it's food or whether it's anything to do with the hospitality industry. Actually, this started many years ago, in the time when the alcohol was there, because countries would bring their different types of alcohol to be marketed in Pakistan, and the food became secondary. Then with prohibition, food became primary, and so that's how the food festivals developed. Integrity and competence and integrity, both interchanging. This is the principle. But people are now savvy. They are, in the old days, it was Sikh kebab and chicken tikka. Now it's not Sikh kebab, chicken tikka. It is karai, it's kola karai. Every time, I'm not talking about desi food, I'm talking about all sorts of food, but same way, Chinese food, Japanese food, Asian food, Central Asian food, hamburgers of different types. People become savvy. They enjoy food. There's no liquor. They enjoy food. They learn to enjoy good food and put on weight. Actually, it was incorrect what was done, because they first started off by saying you can have weddings, but not in restaurants. It was absurd, because restaurants can be spaced out, they can have social distancing. So then they learned, the government is learning as it's coming along, and now they want to keep it open. But again, I heard they want to put some lunch boxes, which is again absurd to have lunch boxes. People are going to get more close to each other eating food out of lunch boxes. First and foremost, the chef's job, I'm talking about the executive chef's job, is to run the kitchen. Executive chef is running the largest department of a hotel. All the food and beverage, the waiters, the service, the dishwashing, the mise en place, all these people come under the chef. Chef must have human resource skills to keep his team running, and that's how he does best. I think tasting is the most important thing, followed by presentation. You know, just for example, we have a restaurant, Japanese restaurant, which is opening soon. It will be the best decor of Pakistan. But we lost out on that because the food quality is better than the competition, but the ambiance wasn't there. So ambiance now goes equal with food quality. That's what you have to remember. When I was going through, coming back after learning the hotel business abroad, I went to each department. As I said, my father made me sit down. Last department was with the general manager, opening his mail. So I told my father, you're making me a peon after learning BCom, LLB, all this rubbish. So he said, no, but don't you read the paper, the documents? Because those days everything came by post. There was no email. I said, yes. He said, that's how you learn what the general manager is doing. General manager was a Swiss fellow. His name was Mr. Tut, Max Tut. So one day a man came and said that, see, I came to you, I got my leave, I came back from leave, you got a telegram that my mother died, you gave me leave again, so I went back home, I come back, give me my salary. So I told him, I can't give you your salary. The rules say you get a salary only for the once a year or once in 2 years, as time was that time. So he said, but I need the money. I said, I can't help it. So Max Tut also confirmed, you can't get it, you already been given leave. You can't get a second leave paid. So he said, मैं बड़ा साहब के पास जाऊँ, can I go to your father? So he went to my father called us, and he said, what you have done is absolutely correct. You should not pay him. You don't need to pay him. He's already had leave once, don't pay him. But who is going to feed his family? How is he going to pay for the school fees? How is he going to get the railway to come to work? How is his wife going to have the Petromax working? How will he have the Pyrex stove going? You know, where you used to put the gas lid in. But you are right. You don't give him. But before you all go, I want to say this twice to you, and I'll repeat it. He said, rules are made for fools and children of schools and donkeys and mules. Rules are made for fools and children of schools and donkeys and mules. Who made the rules? You and I make the rules. Who changes the rules? You and I change the rules. If you cannot be managers to look after people, you might as well keep a robot to look after things. You need to be managers, but do what you like. Go. We went home, well, to the office, put our tail behind our legs and paid the money. This principle has been there. Forget rules. You must look after the people. That's why today also, Mr. Hari, who's sitting outside, 63 years he's been with us. Like that, everybody is a long-term relationship, an employer-employee relationship. And that's what I value, that's what I nurture, that's our whole family nurtures.